Hello and welcome to BISP Solutions. My name is Ankita and today we are going to continue with the data management tickets in Oracle PBCS. So our today's ticket is ticket 103, which is based on the entity missing in trial balance for some rows. Okay, so to understand this, we are first going to view our data file, which is in the form of comma delimiter. Okay, so here we can see that we have the account number first in the first column. In the second column, we have the HSP view, that is database. In the third column, here we can view that there is no data. So these are the missing entities. However, we have provided entities from 6150 member, which I have highlighted here for this row till the end. Okay, so after that, in the fourth row, we have the product dimension. We have product 103, and lastly, we have the data of the trial balance with us. Okay, now this was about the data file. Now we will move forward to the user interface, where we will be creating our source and target application in the data exchange. So here we are into data exchange. In data exchange, we will be selecting data integration. Okay, so in the data integration, I will click on action and then I will click on application. So here to load a file, which is a flat file, we need to first create a data source. Okay, then after creating data source, we need to create a target application here, which we have already created. We have with us the file is the data source, which is a flat file format. Okay, after that we have the target application as vision, which is already there, which is already in existence. Okay, which is EPM local and planning type. Now I will click on it. Okay, now after clicking on this, we can view that we have the data table column name for the account, entity, HSP view, product, and the version dimensions. Okay, here in case of period, version, and scenario, mapping will be done in the category mapping and period mapping. Okay, so after this, I will click on back. Okay, so this was about the application source and target application. After that, now I will then click on navigator and then to the integration part, where we will be switching to the data management interface. So in the data management, we will first select the setup. Under setup, we will be going to the import format first. So under the import format, we are going to create an import format for the source and the target application here. So we are going to name it as IMF entity TV. Okay. Now here we are going to select the source file with the help of the search icon. So first I will click on reset and then on search. So we will be able to view all the data sources which are available in our application. I will select the file from here and then click on OK. After that, I have to select target application. However, we already have the target application here as vision. Okay. After that, I need to select the file type. Here it is a delimited numeric data, as it is a single column data file. Okay. After that, I will click on save. And the file is a comma delimiter. Okay, so now we are going to map all the dimensions that we have for the data load. So here we have the account data. We need to load, first of all we need to map the account. So let me create one file here so that I can show you how we are going to map the dimensions in the given case. So in our first row we have the account dimension. So it is going to be account dimension, which will be going to be added into the field number 1. Okay, this is going to be field number 1. Then comes the base data, which is a member of HSP view. So here we go, HSP view. Here it is, base data, and we are going to consider it in field number 2. Then in field number 3 we have the entity with us. Okay, so field number 3 is entity, and our entity is somewhere null, and in some of the cases we find it as 120. So when we in the given extract, we can see that for null entity we are going to map it in a special manner by using the expression fill. Okay, so we will see that a little later. First, let me explain you the field numbers, how we are going to provide it as. After this, this is going to be under field number 3. Then we have the product dimension for field number 4. So here we have the product dimension. It is going to be in the field number 4. The product here is P underscore 130. Okay, so which is going to be in the field number 4. Then lastly we have the amount, that is the data which we are going to load in the application. So amount is going to be a field number 5. Okay, with an expression. We have an expression here as debit. So in the given case, we need to provide expression. We will see that how we are going to load the trial balance data. Okay, so now first we have the account dimension. I will map it as account, field number 1. After that I will save it. Then I will map the amount dimension. Then in amount, which is field number 5 that we have previously provided here. Okay, so here I am going to save it first. Okay, and I'm going to add here expression. As we can see that it is being split into the debit credit format. So here we are going to make use of the sign, okay, which is going to be dr comma cr. Okay, so this is it. So after giving the expression, I'm going to save it again. Let me show you the data file once more so that you will be clear about the sign that we have provided. Okay, so here in the data we have provided a sign with the value or the data that we have given here. Okay, let me convert it as cr so that it will be easy to identify. After that, then we will be mapping the entity dimension. So under the entity dimension, we can see that entity dimension is in the third column. So after entity is being mapped, okay, so here we have mapped the entity. Now we are going to make use of the fill expression here to fill this null place. Okay, how we are going to do that is I'm going to add an expression. Here I will select the FILL and capital L. Okay, as we know that this expression is to fill a field with a particular characters. Okay, so here in the given case example, we can see that fill is equals to 6 times zeros for 1020 member. So which will become 001020. As it will then become a completely 6-digit number. Okay. So in the given case, what we are doing here is in the case of entity, we can see that entity is a 3-digit number. Okay. So we are going to fill the expression as 000 here. Okay, now we are going to save it. Then here we are going to make it as HSP view. So the HSP view is going to be the column number, field number 2. And here, after this, I'm going to save it. Next, from the product dimension. So the product dimension is in column number 4. So the field number 4, it is going to be. After that, we have a version dimension. So we have a mapped version dimension in our data file. So in the given case, we are going to do a hardcore mapping, and we are going to mention it as working in the expression column. Okay, after mapping the entire dimensions for data load, we are going to save it and we'll proceed further into the location, which is also given in integration setup. Now I'm going to add here a new location. So it is going to be LOC underscore entity underscore TB. And then I will select the import format with the help of the search icon, and it is going to be IMF underscore entity underscore TB, which we have just recently created. After that, I will save it. Okay, so here we can see that after selecting the import format, after our source and the target application was automatically been picked by the system. Okay, so after providing the location, we are going to map the period. Okay, so to map the period, we need to go to the interface of data integration. Under data integration, I will click on action and then click on period mapping into it. So for this, here I'm going to select the application mapping, and then our target application was vision. I'm going to select the same. Here we can see that we have already mapped these two periods. Now I want to map another period, that is for the month of September. Okay, so here with the help of the search select icon, I'm going to search for the period September 22. September, where is September 22? Okay, here we have September 22, and that I will save it. After that, I will click on the source mapping. After that, I will select the source mapping. Okay, so under the source mapping, the source type is file and our source is going to be file again. So here we have already provided the calendar names here. Now here with the help of this plus sign, I'm going to add source mapping period. And here we have the select icon. With the help of this, I will select the period here as September 22. So here we go for September 22. After that, I will click on OK and then save the changes that I have made in the period. After period mapping, I will then go to the category mapping. So for that, again, I will click on action and select the category mapping here in data integration. So here we can see that under global mapping, we already have actual as the target category and the category. So we don't need to make any, any other changes into it. So after viewing this, checking on it, I will then again go to the data management interface. Okay, so here now I will go to the workflow. Under the workflow tab, we will need to go to the data load mapping under the head data load. So here I'm going to provide a location that I have just created. So under the location, I'm going to select the LOC underscore entity underscore TB. And here the period is going to be September period, which we have just mapped. After that, the category is going to be actual. Okay, so we are done with the point of views, and then I will click on OK. After that, I'm going to map the account dimension. So for the account dimension, we are going to map it as the like mapping. Okay, which is a star to star mapping also. Then I will click on save. After account dimension, I'm going to map data by clicking on this plus sign. So here I'm going to name the role as GDR. There is no specific format for naming the rules in the given case, that is in data load mapping, so we can name it as per our own requirement. So here it is. So I have named the entity dimension. So I have done the light mapping of entity dimension, and also here I am going to do an explicit mapping. Explicit mapping we will be doing for the expression that we have provided here. In the source value we have given it as 000. So for the target value I'm going to provide it as no entity. So I'm going to copy it from the dimension. So under the target application, I want the data to be loaded in no entity. Okay, for the for all those intersections where we haven't provided the entity name. So here we are going to be selecting it as no entity, and after selecting it, I will save it. Okay, so in case of explicit mapping, it means that the we are explicitly imposing this for this particular combination. Okay, so this the data will be loaded for this 000 as the source value, and the target value, where in the target application the data will be transferred to only no entity. Okay, after that I will click on the next dimension and then I will map it. So here again I'm going to do a star to star mapping for HSP view. Similar goes with the product and the rest of the dimensions that we have. So the last one is the version dimension. Oh, wait a minute, I have made it a wrong step. Okay. Oh, I did the explicit mapping in case of product, so we are not going to do that. Let me just delete it. Okay, now I will go to the like option. Under the like, I'm going to do the star to star mapping for the product. Let me check the HSP view as well. Okay, so I have wrongly mapped for the explicit. So here I'm going to delete it. And then I will go for like mapping. And then I will select the stars. Okay, now I will go for the last one, version. Here again I'm going to do the star to star mapping. Okay, now I will see whether I have mapped all the dimensions or not. So for that I will click on all mapping and will be able to view in which of the cases I did the like mapping, the other mappings, explicit, multidimensional, or whatever. Okay, so here for data I did the like mapping. Then we did the mapping for entity dimension. In entity dimension I did two kinds of mapping. One was the like mapping, another one was the explicit mapping for all the members, in which we haven't combination in which we haven't mentioned the entity dimension. Okay, then we have the HSP view. We did the like mapping here. For product also we did like mapping, and lastly for version we again did the like mapping. Okay, so we are okay till now. Now we will move forward to the data load rules. Under the data load rules I will click on this plus sign and will add a DLR here. So data load rule is going to be DLR underscore entity underscore DB. So here the category is going to be actual, plan 1. Then the input format, we have it as IMF entity TB. Then I will click on select, and now I'm going to delete this file first. I will add a new modified data file. So I will upload and then I will browse the file from the location. After that I will click on OK. Okay, now after that I will save the changes that I have made in the data load rule. Then I will try to execute it. First I will only import from the sources. Okay, after that I will run the rule. Okay, now we got a green tick. It means our data is being imported and validated. Now I will then click on the export to target as well, and then let us check whether the data is loaded or not. So here we are getting a green tick. It means the data is loaded and being transferred to the okay. So here we go. So this our data is loaded. Now to check whether the data has been loaded or not, we have created a data form already. So we are going to view the data load in the data form. So for that I will click on data. Okay, so here we need to select the scenario. Wait a minute, I need to make some changes into it. So under the layout, I'm going to select here the scenario as actual instead of plan, as we have loaded the data in actual scenario. So POVs should exactly be the same as we did, as we have in which we have loaded the data. Otherwise, we won't be able to view our data in this form, or we won't be able to validate it. So here we are done with the editing with the form. Now I will click on again the data form. Okay, so here we can see that for no entity, data was loaded into these 5 combinations. So here let me show you the file as well. Okay, so here we can view that the for member F5800, for which we do not have an entity, we did the explicit mapping for no entity, and the data is visible here as 25,000. Under the debit, it is shown in is a positive value, so it is shown in a black in color without parenthesis. However, in 6100 we can view that the data is under parenthesis, and here because it is a credit balance. Okay, so whenever an expense is in credit balance, it will show a negative figure. So similar goes with 61100, 6110 and 4140 and 4150. Okay, so we can see that for these 5 cases only we do not have the entity, and we did the explicit mapping for no entity. Okay, now I will take you to entity 120. So here I'm going to select entity 120, and then I will click on go. Okay, now we can view the data that we have loaded for these entity. So here we have 24,000 for 6150 till 7530. Okay, so 7530. Okay, so here we have till 7530. The data is being loaded successfully. So this is how which is a special case. In this special case, we load our data of trial balance. Okay, so that's all for today. For any more queries, please feel free to ask on www.bispsolutions.com. Thank you.